Alright, it's about 6:45 at night here, July 1st, and we're testing out some more of our equipment. Steve and I have a tripod mounted gimbal which can be remotely controlled to rotate 180 degrees, and it's also programmed to go to certain settings, and it's all done remotely. We have video cable going into our third generation night vision device, which right now it's not on. We don't want to turn the night vision on until it gets dark, and the video cable goes all the way across the camp with the power cable to the gimbal to the command center van, which is now the video is terminating into my laptop. There's a program that I'm using on my laptop to record up to 4 cameras at the same time, and so far it's testing really well. Steve is actually playing around with the program. He just put it on my laptop. He's playing around with the program, getting it to work properly. What I wanted to show is this little device here, which is just a receiver that goes with the perimeter security system, and I'm going to cross the perimeter of one of our 3 systems. Ideally, we'll have it triangulated around the camp, so anything approaches from any direction we'll know it in the middle of the night. So I'm going to go ahead and cross through it, and if you can listen, you can hear zone 1 being breached here. And if you'll give it a listen, we'll walk through the zone. Zone 1 has been breached, and we'll hear that signal inside the command center van, the '79 Chevy G20. And we'll be able to look at the cameras and see what's actually coming to camp, whether it's a raccoon or a bear or a pink ape, which are humans. Is that the coolest thing ever? And I'll come over to the campsite. Steve is playing with my laptop with the multi-view system, just getting it all tested out. And inside the van I have a flat screen video monitor, and right now that's monitoring the camp from that camera on a tripod that I showed you earlier. Right now the infrared LED lights are not activated. It's activated when light is absent via photo sensor, and then the infrared lights will come on. And what I have here in the setup is I got an old-fashioned VCR to record 1 camera channel, a DVR, single disc DVR to record another channel, and a monitor here, and I can actually go through the monitor here and choose a different camera. And actually I haven't showed you this camera angle yet. This is another camera, which is my wireless camera. It's set out to the left side of the van. I'll show you that in a second. The camera on the tripod is actually connected to a video cable and a power cable all in one. We'll cross over to the left side of the van, and I have my wireless camera out here. That's the view I just showed you, out on this stump of a tree. And that one is just giving a different angle, a different view of the campsite, and I will be able to record anytime I want. The wireless camera I have going into the VCR, and my wired camera over here is going into my DVR. I don't know if you can hear it, but it's zone 1's been breached again because I just walked over there. Is that cool or what? Okay, that's just another brief tidbit. Here's Steve. That's the recording we made earlier on the electric gimbal. Basically sweeping the camp. We recorded it briefly. There's me. God, am I good looking. There's the van, and it's actually, he programmed it to sweep 180 degrees across the camp. But that's not night vision. That's a black and white regular vision. And he's got it set up to record right onto the hard drive in my laptop. Just another one of our toys. Over here we have another perimeter. We have it set up just to test it on the bumper of the van. Later tonight we'll get it set up in a triangular configuration. So at any given time we'll have hopefully the camp covered, and anything that comes in the camp at night, the alarm will go off and we'll know it. We can either set it up, the cameras are set up to record all night, or ideally turn the cameras on when the perimeter's been breached. And that is beneficial if we're out for many days and we want to conserve battery power. Right now we have two battery systems. Steve over here has in that black tote box a huge 200 amp tugboat battery hooked up to a 2500 watt inverter that converts 12 volts DC into 110. Yeah. And in the back of my van, you can't see it, I have two 12 volt deep cell batteries together, two 287 amp deep cell batteries paralleled together, hooked up to a 800 watt inverter underneath the seat. You can't really see it. So we're really wired for sound here, and got all of our gadgets set up here at Huckleberry Creek.